reading. Let's see what you're leaving behind this year. Let's see what you're pulling in next year. I'll do a proper reading on my channel next week. I mean, I've been really just on TikTok and then re-uploading those videos on YouTube, but usually I film like properly. But let's see. Oh, okay. So strategically, you are working strategically, or you worked strategically this year. We have the Five of Swords coming out in the upright. It did feel like you kind of lost something. You might have gotten away with something, but it still feels like you didn't win. Even though it's over, it doesn't really feel like you won. So what is it that you're leaving behind? What is it that you're pulling in next year? The cards keep going in, and I just saw the Ace of Wands, but it went back in. So let's see. You're blocked somehow, but something is still coming in fast. We have the Chariot coming in the upright. So you could be traveling next year, but you're just very determined about something. You want to take control of something. So okay, we have the Three of Cups coming out, which is like celebration, just community, friendship, right? Like teamwork too. Even though it's usually the Three of Pentacles, but it's like celebrating the effort you made as a team, basically. Or just celebrating people in your life too. Okay, so you might be leaving behind conflict, because the Five of Swords can also just stand for people fighting and no one winning in a fight, in an argument. And what's coming in is more harmony for some of you. We have the Hierophant coming out in a reverse. So clarify the Hierophant. This could mean so many things, but they don't really fit. Okay. Oh, okay. The High Priestess in the reverse and in the upright. So this is something to do with spirituality. This is something to do with like intuition, something to do with the divine feminine, and like just spirituality in general. Are some of you guys like becoming, yeah, you're uncovering secrets is what I'm hearing. So what you're bringing in next year is a more, you'll be more connected, I guess, to your intuition next year. So some of you might be awakening. Saturn return. I just heard Saturn return as well as spiritual awakening. And with the Hierophant, I'm guessing with the in the reverse, you're saying goodbye to false spiritual teachers. You might be finding your inner truth. Ooh, you might. Okay, this could mean a lot of things. This could mean that, okay, yes, we have the King of Cups coming in, and that's the last card. Some of you might be moving out of your parents' home to like explore your own light, just your own life, right? Some of you might say goodbye to false teachers, like false spiritual teachers, and try to explore your own subconscious a little bit more. You might be doing a lot of, or some of you might stop going to therapy. You might leave your therapist behind and just 313 on a timer. Just focus a little bit more on what you can do, like journaling, self-therapy, stuff like that. That's interesting. I'm guessing you'll be pulling in. I mean, you always pull in what you yourself are. Like, you always mirror. People always mirror who you are, right? So I'm guessing you'll be turning into a King of Cups in the next year. So you'll be pulling in a lot of balance when it comes to emotions. None of this conflict. None of these disruptive energies. You'll be very much balanced. So in your emotions, you might be pulling in love, a lot of creative opportunities. But I just pulled from the other deck. I don't know, like whoa, okay, I'm stuttering. Okay, I'm stuttering. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, this feels like someone is nervous to come towards you. All right, yeah. We have the Page of Cups coming out. So it's not just creative opportunities that you're pulling in the next year. It's also some sort of love surprise, some sort of happy surprise that has connected to your emotions. And this is a wish fulfillment. We have the Three of Cups. Holy moly, doly moly. We have the Three of Cups coming out again, as well as the Star and the Magician in the upright. So you are manifesting some sort of wish fulfillment that has to do with your emotions, but I'm seeing more so that this is, no, actually, it's not just relationships that you're manifesting. It's not just relationships. You're also manifesting love in general. You're manifesting public recognition. You're just manifesting. You might be really going through a Saturn return. You might be having a spiritual awakening. of some sort that'll bring your light into the world, is what I'm hearing. So some of you might be going viral, is also what I'm hearing. You're pulling in a lot of connections, like a lot of relationships that are based on mutual understanding. They're based on balance. All of these people's cups are full. They're all, if you are the King of Cups, then even if your approach might be a little bit, even if their approach might be a little bit immature, you're always going to pull in people who will mirror this energy to you, even if they trip over their words, even if they might, I don't know, just do little mistakes sometimes. I guess you're also mature enough. You can now, coming out of this conflict, I guess you can tell now who really has a good soul and who doesn't. And you're going to pull in a lot of abundance. You're going to feel like you have two wish fulfillment cards coming out here with the Nine of Cups as well as the Star in the upright. You're going to pull in a lot of abundance. You had to say goodbye to a lot of things. That's the last card. I'll pull 555 on the timer. So a lot of transformation based on your manifestation. Sorry, am I going too fast? You're fine. We all have ADHD nowadays, so it's okay. You're coming out of this conflict energy. All the losses you had to cut. You had to cut some losses. You were like, you had to abandon some sort of some sort of ship, is what I'm hearing. But you're bringing in better ships. I think we did have didn't we have the Three of Wands coming out earlier somewhere? But anyway, let me pull some oracle cards to see if we can get some more specific messages. You'll be very much in flow next year. I'm feeling much more, now that I'm channeling your energy instead of this person's that's coming in, I don't even feel like you'll even notice them too much. It'll feel like, of course you'll feel attracted to them, but it'll feel like no one can ever, I don't know how to express this yet because you've never felt this way before, so it's hard to put a new feeling in, like, into words. But no one has a hold on your emotions anymore. You really, the King of Cups is, for the fact that he can love so hard, he's very, very detached, you know? Kind of reminds me of an Aquarius. Aquarius people love you down, but they can also detach very much so. We have guilt coming out, so don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. My music turned off too, so let me pull some more cards to see what this is connected to. You might be feeling guilty because you abandoned the situation, but that's okay. You knew what you were doing it for. At least that's what the cards tell me. You know what you were doing it for. You know what you're pulling in. We have obstacles, obstacles, whatever. Look, oh my God. Look for ways around the obstacles to find happiness. So, exactly, you had to find ways around the obstacles to find happiness and manifest what you are wishing for your whole life. You might have thought you would find it in the situation that brought so much conflict, but you were wrong. So, yeah, good on you for being so in touch with your emotions. Very nice. You have some goodness coming in next year.